Here with center Will Putnam. Y'all fire away with questions.
As well, we talked to you in the spring about transitioning to center. You said you want to put as many hours into it as you could. And Coach Spade was saying you really haven't had any bad snaps. So how many hours in the summer did you really get put into doing that?
I mean, a lot. I mean, I don't have a very exact number, but I mean, about every day. I mean, when we were working out, after workout, snapping balls, and I would have to attribute a lot, not just to myself, but also my teammates as well, because I can't just snap the ball to myself, right? I need other guys to catch it and help me out too. So, like, guys like Ryan, Trent, DJ, like the quarterbacks as well. I mean, they helped me out a lot too because it was very, very time consuming, but I mean, it's worked out well. So, I mean, a lot of hours snapping.
Was it pretty natural, or was there anything, any kinks you had to work out?
I think it was. I feel like it was pretty natural for the most part. There's just kind of some things, just thinking, kind of keeping the ball center in front of you. I'm right-handed, so when I step right, not letting like my release point differ from when I'm stepping, stuff like that. But I mean, pretty natural for the most part. I didn't have too many issues.
What do you think it'll be much different just being in a live game with the fan noise and everything else trying to communicate on the offensive line?
Well, communication, sure. Yeah, I think communication, yeah, it'll be a little bit more of a challenge communicating in front of live fans. But when it comes to just playing the center position, not much. Because, I mean, I personally believe that, I mean, I get the best preparation week in, week out with the guys I play against. And I don't think there's many guys better than that. So when it comes to playing center, I feel prepared, and I'm not really too worried about it at all. I feel great. When it comes to communication, I mean, you got to remember. I mean, this is day one of game prep. I mean, obviously we've been prepping, but this is game week starting today, and we've done a great job improving our communication. And I definitely see ourselves continuing to do the same. And then that's another just part of the job at center is you have to take that responsibility because at the end of the day you're the one that is going to be accountable for if a call's made or not. So just kind of owning that.
Can you talk us through a little bit of like that process and how you went about learning it? Like, is it a sit down one-on-one, you with your coach? Like, how do you learn not only making the calls, but then like also holding the ball, snapping it, finding what works for you, what works for your quarterback, what works for Cade versus DJ, and all of that?
Yeah, I mean, I would say a couple of things to that. I would say first off, learning like the calls and what to do didn't really take me much time at all because I've played guard since I've been here, and to try to be the best you can at guard, I mean, you should know who you're playing next to and what they're doing. So, I mean, I already knew every play what the center's doing. I know every play what the guard's doing because I'm playing guard, and I know pretty much every play what the tackle's doing as well. So that helps a lot too. And then also I think last year a little bit with, Matt Bockhorst coming in and eventually getting hurt, and then we kind of shuffled things around a lot, like in the interior, especially at the center position. Me being kind of the veteran guy in the interior side of the line, a lot of times, I mean, I kind of took that responsibility on myself too to kind of make those calls and just help them out a little bit. Because let's say if we're going on like a silent count and the center has his head in between his legs, he can't really see what the defense is doing, the shifts and stuff he's making. So it's really up to the guards to kind of make those calls. And also I just felt like Coach Caldwell at the time, he prepared us well, learned the schemes and stuff like that. I would say when it comes to kind of snapping the ball, I mean, I just asked Coach Austin, and I just asked him because I know he played center. So I just asked him, hey, Coach, how do you snap the ball? Teach me how to snap the ball. And then that's pretty much what he showed me.
Sounds kind of funny.
Yeah, it's a good question. Guys hold it different ways. Yeah. Like some guys do what Coach calls, they call it the pendulum and snap it back there. Some guys hold it and put all four of their fingers on the laces. And then a guy like me, I like putting my top thumb on the top of the laces and kind of flicking it back there. So it just kind of depends, I guess, per person. And then when it comes to the quarterbacks, I mean, just getting up there. I mean, I would say a good snap from a shotgun snap is probably above the belly button, probably like below the eyes. Just do that, and then that's their job to catch it as well. And then if we're going under center, just getting that thing back there, hitting their hands, and it's their job to grab it and do the rest with it. So.
You played beside Walker quite a bit last year, right, when you were at guard.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice having him moving to guard, and he's still beside you. You still getting that kind of chemistry.
Yeah. I think it's very good getting that chemistry and that synergy. Kind of like what I was saying earlier. If let's say it is a very crazy game environment, and it's very loud, and the center has to put his head between his legs to get the calls and stuff like that. I mean, I'm going to rely on Walker to kind of, I guess for that time being, take over making the calls and points and stuff like that as well. And I think he's excited. I think he's excited to kind of move in, play guard, different position, new challenge, kind of like I was moving from guard to center. And I think he's really looking forward to that too. And obviously, I mean, I played next to him last year. That's my roommate, lived with him, one of my best friends. So I'm really, really looking forward to playing next to him and getting after some.
What's it feel like preparing for this game? You guys kind of almost feels like from the outside, you guys have some different things to prove and some things to unveil. What's it feel like inside that locker room as you look at this Monday?
Yeah, I would say this Monday it's almost a sense of refreshment in a way, because if you think about it, ever since we played Iowa State, we've only been playing like physically against Clemson. Like I've only gone against the defense, and I think it's also very, very unifying in a way too. In the locker room, I mean, we've always been a team, but during camp, obviously we're just banging heads each and every day against each other, and almost in a way it kind of forms that like that's the other team, When now it's truly a unifying thing is like, hey, let's go guys, let's get together. And I think it's just very exciting as well. I think guys are really excited, as I am, for this Monday, truly starting the season, getting into game week, mental Monday, it's no-good Tuesday, working man Wednesday, all that stuff, and building up to what's going to be a great game that everyone's looking forward to.
We've seen Blake Miller starting at right tackle. What have you seen from him in terms of his growth from the spring to the summer till now?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just more comfortable. Because in order to play fast, you need to know the plays and you need to know what to do. And he's definitely more comfortable in our offense, in our schemes, learn those little idiosyncrasies on certain plays and kind of the differences in that. And I think he's just become more confident as well. The more time he's been able to practice, and like I said earlier, against our defense, which is really good, the more time he's been able to practice against them, I think the more confident he's been. And to play good, you have to be confident in your ability. And I think at first, which was the same for me being a freshman, especially mid-year, because, I mean, you should be in high school, it can be a little bit daunting in a way, coming right to college, especially a place like Clemson. But I think he's just gotten more comfortable and just more confident in his ability.
At the beginning of the spring, Dabo, I think, notably mentioned we would be interested in potentially getting a transfer to help the offensive line. Did you guys take that as a challenge at all? And does it feel like you guys accomplished something, the fact that there's no new guys sitting in here now that came in from the portal? Yeah,
I would say in a way. I mean, I think so, but I mean, in the same time, with the talking about transfer portal or not, I think we always feel challenged up front. I think we didn't really even necessarily need that from Coach Sweeney to say for us to feel challenged, because in our eyes, the offense kind of runs through us up front. Because for us to pass the ball well, we have to block well. For us to run the ball well, we have to block well. To really, truly grow an offense and a team, I believe the O-line needs to be that center unit. They need to kind of be on the forefront of the culture of team, unity and stuff like that. But I mean, we definitely had a challenge coming into this offseason, and right now I feel like we're at a good spot. I mean, I'm not saying that we're satisfied or by any means. But I mean, we're just, like I said, we're definitely excited to go in the season. I mean, I thought we did well throughout camp. Like I said, we're playing against one of the best defenses in the country, and we did well. We did well during our scrimmages. When it was time to compete, we competed, and that's what I always say is, like, yes, we are lucky to go against the defense that we have, but I really feel like this year they're also lucky to go against the O-line that we have as well, because we've truly made strides.
Well, how do you think that all the guys on the offense feel about all the blame that DJ took last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think first and foremost, it's just kind of part of the quarterback position. I mean, it's just, they're going to get, something goes wrong, they're going to get all the blame. Something's go right, they're going to get all the glory. But I mean, us as a team, we've never blamed him for anything, because as a team, everyone has to take ownership and accountability for all of our success and all of our failures. It has to be unconditional. And yeah, I mean, and some of it, it's not fair. It's not fair to DJ, because, like, passes, for example, it's not always on the quarterback. It can be on the wide receiver running the wrong route. It can be on us up front for not having the best protection that we could have had. and then sometimes he just might make a mistake, which we all make mistakes. But yeah, I think that's something that we're also rallying around this year a little bit more because I mean he's a great player, he's a great teammate, we love him, and we want him to do well. And I think that's also another thing up front that we've kind of taken as a challenge upon ourselves is to do what we can to put him in the best opportunity for him to make the most plays.
Did you ever see a change in his demeanor, maybe after Georgia or at any point last year?
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, during the games, I never really see him because during the games, I'm blocking the whole time. Yeah, like if I'm turning back and I'm looking at DJ and how his pocket presence, I mean, it's yeah, I'm in trouble and he's probably in trouble too. So I mean, it's hard for me to really say, like comment on quarterback play because even in practice, I mean, I'm never really watching him. I just see it as the wideout catcher. Does he not catch it? And at the same time, who knows? Was that the correct route? I don't know necessarily our routes and our pass schemes as well. I just know our job up front is to block the best we can. But I mean, he's always been poised. I mean, he never lost his cool once. His body language was always great. He didn't really show any weakness or any sign of disappointment through his body language, and that's what I can see. And yeah, I mean, I'm proud of him. He's definitely come a long way. I mean, you can tell just looking at him. He's lost some weight. He's looking great, and I know he's excited too. So I'm going to be looking forward to seeing him Monday night.
Coach Sweeney has talked about DJ as being an unquestioned leader on the team. Is it because he didn't point fingers and things like that you guys see him in that light, or is it something else?
Yeah. I mean, I would say so, and also I think the one